So I throws the gun deep in the fucking woods as I can get it. And he can see everything I'm doing. This before body cams, mind you. This is like 2006. So I done faced the wall. And what's happening right now is some guys on death row is about to pass by you. So whenever some guys on death row pass me by, they stop and make you face the fucking wall. That's on that bus, old cotton picking ass nigga. And I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. Niggas finna be picking cotton? Like, this can't be real.
Yeah. Well, how's everybody doing today? As you know, we here at the MAELBOX podcast love to have interesting and exciting and exhilarating guests. And as you know, it's all people we know. It's all people I know. It's all people that's, been in my circles, my field, and some people that I meet through the channels and being through LA. But this is one of my closest friends. Well-known tattoo artist, dope tattoo artist, been doing it, well esteemed for over, I would say, 20 plus years in the game, holding it down. Had shops on Melrose, then done it from this side of the city, this side of the country, to back east, west, up, north, south. Without further ado, my friend, my compadre, my homie, TURK motherfucking Jones.
What's happening?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Yeah, everything going good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how you feeling? How you feeling right now?
I'm happy to be back in front of the camera with you. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
As previously people that's tuned into Treasure Media and all the projects we put on, as you know, we did a full length, hour-plus long documentary with this man here, and it chronologized the life and times of, just growing up in Atlanta, him tattooing, growing to the esteem of being in the spaces he's been in, and, just growing to becoming a tattoo artist, you've grown into. I just want to say, bro, how was that project for you?
You know what? I would say that when you're going into starting a business project, it's probably good to have a plan. It's probably good to have a plan. I tend to move kind of quick, and I can be very impulsive at times. In my case, it was probably okay to be impulsive and be kind of quick on my feet because I had the resources to sustain any bumps in the road that I might incur. But I could tell you straight up, man, going at it and not having a plan, probably you might not want to go at it like that.
I mean, shit, like, even then, starting off, like, before entrepreneurship, before any of that, like...
If I'm being totally honest, on the west side of Atlanta, with not a pot to piss in, just trying to figure it out, the people around me that will have you believe that they had my back actually just had their foot on my neck. You dig? Yeah. And, just being, I definitely wanted more for myself, so I had to figure out how to kind of jug and wiggle my way around that shit to kind of become my own man. Because some people will have it where I stay up under them my whole life.
You can't do that. You're something that I learned, that not only are you meant to take your path and fly to different places and go do different things, but you're always not meant to have one certain path. And you is somebody that we share something in common other than being from Atlanta, and being in the arts. We skateboard.
Yeah.
So that was something that we talked about a lot in the documentary, about how, skateboarding has influenced you. And, can we talk about that too? How, skateboarding is kind of...
Skateboarding was what kept me in the streets. Probably a more positive side of the streets, but it kept me outside, it kept me active, and it kept me in tune with just what's going on outside. And skateboarding was kind of like the catalyst for me, because culturally it's just, if you cool, if you really popping in shit like that, then You probably can do a kickflip or a 360 flip. You dig? And if you can't, that don't mean you ain't popping. But I guarantee you, if you can, you most definitely probably popping.
You know, we from the hood, so anytime we see a nigga skateboard, this is, hey, nigga, do a kickflip. Do something,
I'm
nigga, do a
trying to
flip.
tell you, nigga, want to see what you can do, right?
Something, man.
And I really was very talented as a skate. Well, you know what? I take that back. I really worked really hard to become good at skateboarding. I couldn't really say I was naturally talented as a skateboarder. Just like many other things in my life, I'm just an example of hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. Like I had to definitely prove myself on a skateboard because motherfuckers definitely did not think I had it in me. And yeah, we proved some people wrong in the process.
You definitely have to. Being
Yeah.
a black skateboarder, and
Mhm.
not only that, but you grew up in old Atlanta.
That's
like,
right.
A lot of folks don't know about old Atlanta and how.
Oh, I'm real old Atlanta.
Yeah, real
Yeah.
old Atlanta. Born homes.
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah, born home, pair home.
Pair
My
homes.
family from Hollywood Road, Bankhead. Yeah, and that's
Real Atlanta shit.
yeah. We from the West Side.
That's like,
Uh-huh. And you know, being a young black skateboarder in Atlanta, from old Atlanta, that just didn't really kind of make a lot of sense to a lot of people I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? And that was a little hurdle in itself. But I mean, you know, the same people that looked at it and kind of like down me for doing the shit, you know, they just maybe couldn't see the vision at first. But as time go on, those same people now, it's all starting to make sense to everybody now. You know what I mean?
is that what led you into tattooing, or did you already start tattooing before skateboarding?
I would say skateboarding started everything. Skateboarding is what put cans of spray paint in my hand in the streets, and cans of spray paint and going to jail is kind of what led to tattooing. So everything is hand in hand. You know, one thing leads to another. And it was only destiny that my artistic ability would eventually evolve into something that could produce some real money.
Real money.
Yeah. Because at first, you know, you got a creative mind and you don't really know what to do with it. You don't know how you're going to make money off of your creative mind. And, you know, it's funny, man. It was a woman. I was locked up. I was in the county jail.
I know the story. That's why I'm like.
And this girl, she like listening to me on the jail phone. I'm like, all these guys in here like my drawings. They say I should do tattoos. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but I'm not gonna be touching on these niggas' skin. Like, it doesn't really appeal to me.
No, really?
That one conversation I had, man, I get out of jail like a month later, man, them shit must have really hit old girl, man, because she had bought me some tattoo equipment. And it arrived at my front doorstep way before Amazon delivery or any of that shit, man. It's like 2006. She ordered this shit for me. And, you know, God bless her soul. I don't know where she at today. She probably have no idea what I've done and what I've accomplished. But it was this girl that believed in me when I was a kid. And she got the ball rolling for me. I ain't let it stop. I ain't let the ball stop. I've been grinding, building my name up, one tattoo at a time. Yeah, one fucked up tattoo at a time till eventually, you know what I'm saying, shit started getting real crispy and clean, man.
What's some of your, if you can give me, in the best of your memories, some of your most fucked up tattoos?
Damn. I wish I could remember that guy's name. But, you know, we used to kick the shit by, and 5 Points. You know, 5 Points is dead now. And when you ride down Peachtree Street and you come through 5 Points,
It used to be.
everything is closed down. But when I was coming up, that shit would be jumping.
Underground.
I'm talking about dope dealers, street niggas, scamming niggas, baby mamas riding through it, they scrolling, they kids shopping, you know, doing whatever. Nigga buying gold teeth, you know, niggas selling mixtapes. 5 Points was like that, man. You pull up when you want you some new J's, when you try and jump fresh, you'll go down there.
Right there.
Yeah, it was a time. I remember Gorilla Zoe used to have a little CD, little shop down there, man. I used to kick the shit with the nigga back in the day. Just to give you some frame of reference, like, yeah, like, it was time I be down there. I knew this nigga named Country, man. I see the nigga, man, dap the nigga up, and he'll spit out like a 50 slab of dope just so he could talk to me. But his nigga have a 50 slab of dope on his tongue, spit it out, shoot the shit with me, dap me up, go back to hustling. 5 Points was like that, you know what I'm saying? And I miss them days. But it was a nigga that was wanting to get tattooed by me. I had only been tattooing maybe like about a couple weeks. I didn't know what needles I didn't know what needles to use for what, like I didn't know what my tools was even for. And this guy wanted a spider web on his shoulder. And I actually, in hindsight, I was using the right needle, but I wasn't using it correctly. And the way I was dragging this needle along the dude's arm, I fucked this tattoo up so bad. And mind you, this country ass nigga knew that I just started tattooing. And he still allowed himself to be pissed off at me when he saw me the next time. He like, nigga, you fucked up my tattoo, nigga. If I catch your ass down here in 5 Points, ever trying to tattoo again, nigga, I'm take your shit, nigga. And I'm like, damn, like, why you mad at me, gang? Like, I ain't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You got a $25 tattoo, partner. Like, what the fuck you thought you was finna get?
Yeah.
But that nigga was 38 hot, man. I'm talking about that nigga was fire hot at me, man. You know, there really wasn't too much I could do. I was just a kid. And I just took my business elsewhere at the time and started just riding the train, passing out my card. I would have my portfolio on me on the train. And people would look and see me with my book bag, my portfolio. They'd ask me, they like, you the tattoo man? We be on the train riding from goddamn southbound, northbound, whatever. I just be, you know, I just be trimming on the train for real back in the day. Because I didn't have no car back then. You know what I'm saying?
So every Atlanta nigga done been on them all the
listen, man. I'm a real Atlanta nigga, man.
Yes, if you from the A.
I ain't got no shame in getting on public transportation still to this day because I was raised on this shit.
Yep.
You know, I will jump out my whip and get on the train. And it's how I made my money at first. I passed my card out, niggas on the train. And next thing you know, they be hitting me up, telling me pull up to the crib and do their tattoos. And yeah, I was on that. You know, Turk Jones, the tattoo man. Shit happened real fast. Before I know it, some people in my neighborhood over at MLK, they like, shit, come tattoo in the back of the barbershop, you know? So even though I really didn't know what I was doing, a lot of people in the hood was definitely giving me a shot, and I was slowly figuring it out on my own. And then the guy over on Buford Highway who was selling me tattoo supplies, he see me buying all these supplies. He asked me a couple questions. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He like, well, I'll give you an apprenticeship and teach you. This dude, Daniel Israel, he owned Dragon Rojo Tattoo on Buford Highway. And I don't really know if he's still around, but he's a real staple in that community over there. Cause it's a Spanish shop, a Spanish speaking shop. So they was giving me a real shot knowing that, you know, I'm a nigga and it's an all Spanish speaking shop. But I really didn't even fit in there, but they saw my artistic ability and was like, come on. And that's what really got me my shot. They believed in me and I stuck with them long enough till I could get a job on my own at a tattoo parlor that wasn't all Spanish speaking. You know what I'm saying?
It happens, man. That's great to hear that journey and that kind of transition, because not only I can relate, because I'm somebody that you gave me my first shot with cameras, like me not knowing, and we talked about this when I shot the documentary. I had the right concept. I just didn't have the right tools per se, and it was
relatable. As a tradesman, you know what I'm saying, you got to have the correct tools to do the job, and you know what I'm saying, the more of the correct tools that you have, the easier your job becomes. So, you know, come fully equipped and prepared to do the work. You know, work smarter, not harder.
So transitioning to doing the work, because I know you somebody that has not only been through work experiences, but your life experiences has translated to a lot of different areas. And I know one thing is being Second Chance Month, you've done time in prison.
That's right.
I want you to, you know, you can talk as much as you're comfortable about talking about it, but I want you to kind of get into how your life in the system has been and your experiences and that as much as you want to relay.
Okay, all right, that's fair. If you had to kind of describe me at a certain point in my life, you would basically just say I was a career criminal. That's probably the most direct way to put it. You would look at me as a career criminal. And unfortunately, if you had to look at my rap sheet back in the day, you would say, and like a petty criminal at that, constantly getting caught with weed or, public intoxication or vandalism. Because as I said, I was a graffiti artist. Skateboarding even got me arrested at a certain point in my life.
Not the board.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm unruly and I'm going against the grain, so I'm not following no rules. I don't really give a fuck what aspect or arena of life we talking about. I'm breaking all the rules. And eventually they had to sit your boy down. I ended up catching a trafficking case, and it wasn't even my own dope. I had my cousin's dope. And I remember the day I got pulled over. I was scared, so fucking scared. I called that nigga up. And I'm like, cuz, man, they got me. And I'm like, man, I got your dope on me. He like, well, what you called me for? I'm like, what I'm supposed to do? He said, well, you got your running shoes on, don't you? And I was a different person back then. I used to smoke cigarettes. I remember as the police officer walked off, he asked me for my ID. I told him I didn't have it. He walked off, and I lit up a cigarette, jumped out the car, and started running. And in hindsight, I'm like, man, who lights up a cigarette and then start running?
You needed a decoy, dude.
Well, I definitely was having an anxiety attack, so I was trying to ease that. So I lit up a goddamn cigarette, a Newport, and jumped out the whip and started running. It's a gun on me and all kind of shit. And it was dope in the car. And I forgot about the dope in the car, my adrenaline rush, and I just grabbed a gun and started running. And the old ass police officer chased me. I really should have been able to goddamn jug his ass, but I was smoking a cigarette. So I lost my wind. He was threatening to tase me. This man threatening to tase me, and I'm losing my wind as he threatening me. So I throws the gun deep in the fucking woods as I can get it. Yeah. And he can see everything I'm doing. This before body cams, mind you. This is like 2006. So I done threw the gun in the woods and I'm running, and I took my last step. I couldn't go no further, so I hit the ground. I'm like, don't tase me, don't tase me. Back then you could run from the police and you ain't had to really worry about getting shot. Like, it really was a time when you could just try them folks, man. I ain't really up for trying them folks these days, man. But you know what I'm saying? They locked me up and they hit me with trafficking because I had enough dope on me. They hit me with a gun charge too, so I had a nice enhancement. And they sent me up through there. I remember, they sent me down to Coastal State Prison. I got my first little taste of this shit. It was light, but I couldn't stay out. And before you know it, I was at Jackson State Prison going through diagnostics again. And that's when I started to really realize how real this shit could get. At Jackson State Prison, that's where everybody got to go through there. I don't care if you're going to prison for DUI or if you're going to prison and you're gonna be executed for murder. You got to go through Jackson State Penitentiary.
Where's Jackson State located?
It's in Jackson, Georgia. Yeah, and it don't matter who you are. Brian Nichols been through that motherfucker. Yeah, everybody been through that motherfucker. Okay, it got real up in there. That's when I really seen an officer or officers really beat a man so bad that you don't even recognize him no more when they pick the man up from getting beat. I done seen that. I done seen where niggas in the chow hall at 5 o'clock in the morning popping it off with the lieutenant. Nigga flying across the chow hall, beating up high-ranking officers. And they haven't even been classified if they're going to be medium, minimum, or maximum, or none of that. But the moment that you pop it off, well, I mean, I guess you're going to a maximum security prison if you pop it off at Jackson. That's where they classifying you. So you really supposed to kind of skate through that motherfucker kind of quietly and just, you know, get to where you're supposed to go. But
Don't make no noise, none of that.
man, I remember, man, when I got up in that motherfucker, man, and they was taking me to my cell, the cell right before mine, it was some young little niggas, man, and they was from like Augusta, Georgia. And they were like little hyenas, man, and they stopped me. And they were like, hey, man, you affiliated? And I'm looking at these little young niggas. I'm like, no, I'm Muslim.
Stop slaking, my brother.
I kind of, but in the South, in Georgia, Muslims run the prisons. Muslims really run the chain gang in the South. So, you know, get it twisted if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Very different from
Niggas, yeah, this shit is nothing like California, man. You know, that's why it be so many young brothers converting to Islam, and they be doing it for protection, really, in the South. And you know, feast be Allah, I understand that's cool and everything, but I ain't got nothing against it for real. You know, however you find Allah is how you find him. But me, I'm up in there. I'm Muslim, and I'm automatically a part of something, whether I want to be or not. You know what I'm saying? Because prison culture ain't like street culture. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about it the same. You're not looking at it like, you know, today you praying and tomorrow with these same brothers, you finna go to war and you gotta stab up some niggas from another organization. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so these little young kids, they see me right as I'm going into my cell for the first time. And they find out I'm Muslim too. They like, oh, okay, salam alaikum. But like, they definitely look like they were like looking for blood right off top, like little sharks, man. They really was on it, man. And yeah, they took a liking to me real fast. Bring me over to their cell one day. I sneak over their cell after chow hall just to kick the shit, smoke some weed, and use a cell phone. And the little young nigga from Athens, I don't remember that nigga name, he kept asking me to look at his paperwork. And I go to looking at this nigga paperwork, and all I could see is the body that was in his discovery package, and the nigga that he slaughtered. And him and his partner just bragging me about, you know, killing that nigga. And these niggas is just getting into prison. And they not really knowing that. I mean, I guess they know. How can you not know? My nigga, you ain't never coming home. You know, it's over. And, you know, we get ready to have a shakedown, and I'm in my cell reading a book, probably trying to write my girl at the time or what have you. And the nigga start knocking on my cell next door. He like, hey, hold that goddamn banger. He asking me to hold the shank. He like, they finna come shake down, and they know me, so they gonna damn sure shake my shit down. But you know, they don't know you yet, so hold this motherfucker for me. So you know, I'm looking like, come on, little nigga, you know we Muslim, give me that motherfucker. So I take the motherfucker. They shake his shit down, and they leave me the fuck alone. They don't fuck with me. But I'm just looking at the whole scenario, and I'm like, well, you know, like, you in prison, don't get scared to break the law now, nigga.
I guess that's true. I'd be like, damn, nigga, how you gonna put me in some shit? I was like,
Nigga just would let me use the phone, call to the free world a few hours earlier. So it's like, man, shit, man.
something for something.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Y'all don't give me that motherfucker, man. You better let me use that cell phone tomorrow, nigga. Fuck you mean?
You better let me use the phone, nigga. Better be minutes on that bitch.
Yeah, so you know,
man,
me getting my first little taste of what it's like being in there. And you know, as we walking down, you know, to go to medical, they got us going down the line, and then they might stop you. And you thinking, you know, okay, we stopping for a minute. They say, all right, turn and face the wall and put your nose to the wall. So you stop what you're doing and you turn and face the wall. And what's happening right now is some guys on death row is about to pass by you. So whenever some guys on death row pass them by, they stop and make you face the fucking wall. And I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe it's a respect thing, or maybe it's a psychological thing for the guys that's doing, you know what I'm saying, they about to be executed, and I guess they don't never get to see another man's face ever again before they execute it, unless it's a prison guard. Yeah, you know, they psychologically fuck you all different kind of ways when you're going through Jackson, just to kind of get you prepped up for that shit. Like one of the funniest stories that I ever told was when I first got there. and I'm getting ready to get on the bus to go to my prison that they issued me. I was going to Ware State Prison. No, I wasn't going to Ware. I wasn't going to Waycross. That was my last prison. I was going to Rogers, a medium security prison. And as I was getting on the bus, this nigga, I'm talking about, this is a country ass nigga I'm talking about, man, that drive this bus. He wasn't no white man or nothing. But like the way this nigga was talking to me, it was fucking with me. I ain't even gonna lie. The nigga like, the guy in front of me, he like, oh yeah, they gonna damn you look like a real good cotton picking nigga. They gonna have you out there in the field picking cotton. He like, yeah, I can already tell you what your detail gonna be. You a cotton picking ass nigga. Don't get your ass on that bus, old cotton picking ass nigga. And I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. Niggas finna be picking cotton? Like, this can't be real. Nigga come up to me, he like, yeah, nigga, I see you, yeah, you old light skinned pretty nigga, you old pea picking ass nigga. I see you in the field now, picking peas. And get your pea picking ass on the motherfucking bus, nigga.
I won't be picking no peas around this bitch.
And yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, fuck you mean, nigga, I ain't picking no goddamn peas. Like, you got me fucked up, man. Got life fucked up. But in reality, man, like,
nigga ain't got no choice.
Fuck you think this is, man? You gonna do what they tell you to do. Now in the end, when they gave me my detail, they gave me the light ass detail, and I just became the dorm tattoo artist. Yeah,
basically.
I remember when I got to the dorm where I was really finna be doing my time, and it was a blood nigga like, oh, like, yeah, that's right, you from the hood, like, you from Bankhead, like, oh, come on, you finna come with us, come with the Bloods, we finna. And the Muslim brother who also from the hood caught me and was like, hell no, these Bloods ain't finna take you, they think you finna be a tattoo artist. Like, man, come on, bro, we got a whole Muslim dorm over here. So we gonna go over here where the Muslims are at. And if you want to get some money or whatever, you can sort that out. You know what I'm saying? However, but these guys had in their head that they was I'm gonna be the Bloods bitch.
No.
And do they tattoos, and it's like, well, you know what? Unfortunately, I'm me, so it just ain't going down like that. And
glad you.
Some of those same guys, they from my neighborhood, man. Guys from like off Simpson Road, shit like that. These guys I really know from the city. So even though they're affiliated with other organizations, we still got down and did a lot of business. Like, I mean, I did niggas. I had an arrangement with a guy with a cell phone, and the arrangement was real simple. I do a tattoo a day for you anytime you want. You get a tattoo a day, and I get to use the cell phone an hour a day every day. And that was the agreement. And he didn't get tattooed every day. I mean, you're not gonna want to go through that every day. But the agreement was, I get to use the fucking phone every day for an hour a day. A lot of the Muslims in the community didn't have no money, didn't have access to shit. So, you know, I was able to, you know, create some scenarios and situations where other people could reach out to their family, you know, communicate with their loved ones. Because by the time I'm done using the phone, I just pass it on to my brother and them, let them use the phone. And, you know, we back kicking the shit, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, everybody eat together, everybody look out for one another. And, you know, that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. It ain't no whole lot of that. So when you find that in there, you know, then you found your tribe, you found your people, you know what I mean? Cause
somewhere you can just do your time and do it copacetically, where it ain't a lot of bullshit going on.
I ain't gonna say my time was easy, but I seen a motherfucker do hard time, and I ain't never did no hard time. I done had to go to war. I done had to stab niggas. I done had to goddamn sit in the hole. I done did everything that come along with being in chain gang. But you know, I can't say that I did no hard time. You know, some niggas just know how to just maneuver. You know, and
would you say that prison showed you how to be a better tattoo artist or a better navigator and networker?
I would say a little bit of everything, man. You know, one thing about prison is it forced me to tighten up about everything in my life and look at life a little bit differently, take life a little bit more seriously. But as far as tattooing was concerned, yeah, it absolutely helped me sharpen my skills. I was already a professional tattoo artist before I was incarcerated, which gave me an edge up over the other tattoo artists in prison. People knew I was a professional on the street, so they was, you know, eager to want to get tattooed by me and spend their money with me. So that was a plus.
and it really gave me the opportunity to hone my skills because the only thing I did was basically tattoo while I was down the road. I mean, yeah, I read and write, write, all that. I ain't studying no TV, no none of that. We just hustling, getting money, working out, reading and writing. I see a lot of people use their time while they're incarcerated, and they kind of waste it away. You know, I don't give a damn where you at. You can squander and waste away your time, or you can use your time wisely. I don't give a fuck what your environment is. You choose your motherfucking fate. You don't let these motherfuckers choose your fate. So if you want to sit in front of the fucking TV and watch hoes and drama all day long and play cards and gamble all fucking day long, then so be it. But I'd rather do pull-ups and dips and draw and work on building my craft so that way when I get the fuck out, I got some shit lined up for my future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where the fuck my head was at. I made some good connections while I was down the road. Some of my closest compadres, some of my tightest partners to this day, I met down the road in prison. You know, and it's funny, like some of whom we all came home damn near the same time. Some of whom gone back. Some of us we stand down and we making sure we, you know what I'm saying, we stay free out this bitch. But
when did you, if you don't mind me asking, when did you get released?
I got released like the end of June in 2015. Yeah, so.
And how was that transition for you? Were you went back, you were still in Atlanta?
Oh yeah, I was still in Atlanta at first. I went home to my then wife, and she was on the bullshit, and without really getting into it too much, I said, fuck Atlanta, fuck my wife, fuck my life as I know it. And I got up and ran away to California, still on probation, warrant out for my arrest. And, yeah, left everything, came to California. And, yeah, I remember I was on Flower Street leaving work, and I got pulled over, and the police like, you know, you got a warrant in Atlanta, man. Like, if they want you, you going back. And in that moment, I was like, damn, like, if I do got to go back, that means I got to ride in a paddy wagon across the country. That's going to take about a week. I really fucked up if they want me back. But they didn't want me. They let me loose. And I reached out to my lawyer that next morning. And I went on ahead and just gave him every dime that I had to make the shit go away. And, you know, shout out to John Greco, man. That motherfucker make shit happen, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the lawyers. Shout out to the lawyers.
One thing about Greco, man, that nigga saved my life on multiple occasions, man. Like, even when I took my case, I gotta tell this one, man. So, like, when I took my case, my cousin was kind of upset with me at the time. And he normally was the person who would pay for my my lawyer fees, my bond money. I worked for him in his trap house selling his dope. So if I got caught up, he foot the bill and made sure things went smooth for me.
Shit was all right.
But in this case, we had a little slight falling out. So when I caught this case, it was like I knew that I didn't have his support this time around. And that's okay. I'm a man. I put myself in this situation, right? So my mama had put up the house and bonded me out since my cousin wouldn't bond me out. So I'm out fighting the case, and I got a public defender. And I'll never forget this motherfucker's name. His name was Robert DeWitt. And this motherfucker had me getting ready to sign a sheet of paper, sign my life away to do like 17 years in prison for this trafficking case. And
do with it as you will.
Yo.
Do without that motherfucker.
My girlfriend at the time and my mama at the time was, my mama and my girlfriend at the time was in the courtroom, and I had been presented this offer, and the public defender was like, this is the only offer that's going to be given to you, so you got to sign the papers and take this offer. Now, y'all know, if you know anything about this type shit, like, there probably was more offers, but I didn't know no better, so I'm thinking that I just got to sign this shit and turn myself in. So I'm getting ready to sign the papers, and they crying. My mama crying, my girl crying, and they thinking it's over for me. And I'm thinking it's over too. Shit, I'm finna start crying too, fuck you mean. 17 years for the dope and the gun.
Okay. So as I'm sitting there pondering my life, like real fast type shit too, Greco walk into the courtroom and he looking at me. He like, well, what the fuck you doing here?
Hmm.
And I'm like, caught a case, what have you? He like, well, why you didn't call me? And I'm like, man, I ain't think I could afford you. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to retain your, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think that it was possible. So he like, who's your lawyer? I tell him, Robert DeWitt, public defender. He like, give me a second, I'll be right back. He come back about 5 minutes later, and he like, I fired Robert Dimwit. You can go home. I'll talk to you in about a week, and we'll sort everything out.
Oh, love a story like that.
He the mother call that motherfucker Robert Dimwit.
That nigga was finna give you a whole bunch of years.
Yeah, and you know,
Like a fucking dimwit he was.
Greco was clever like that. He was funny like that. Still, man, and my partner, man. And
Shout out to him.
shout out John Greco.
Shout out John Greco.
Yeah, cause you really fucking saved my life, man. I'm trying to tell you. And it's so funny cause, you know, I have a son that's 24 years old, and although it's not like the most like beautiful story, like shit, my lawyer lately he been representing my son. He don't represent me no more. I might pay the bill, but he ain't had to represent me lately. But he damn sure still getting my money.
Well, it's all in for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you had a lot of recurring tattoo customers that you gotta, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But getting into that, because not only is that been a sort of where you've put a lot of money to legal issues and a lot of that coming to California, moving here, and then not only that, but I want you to get more into your tattoo journey. Like, how was it getting from prison to owning a shop on the illustrious Melrose Avenue? Because that's not an easy thing, especially. Were you the first black owned or like the first black owned tattoo shop on Melrose?
First black owned tattoo shop on Melrose Avenue.
Mm.
Really like first black owned tattoo shop in West Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Yeah, I did that. It was a nice accomplishment. Something to be proud of. The community needed it, and the community still does need it. And right now I'm sorting the details out on how I'm gonna, continue keeping that legacy going. But getting out of prison in 2015 and making my way to LA and tattooing, it's like you're learning what it's like to deal with the cultural changes of being in an entirely new environment.
Mm-hmm.
Tattooing in the South and in the country, it was almost like a free for all for me back then. Get it how you live. But when I got to LA, it was a little bit more structured, a little bit more
10-year.
Yeah,
rules.
So there was some rules to this shit. There's some, things that I had to learn. And the first tattoo parlor I went to work at, other than Dave's Tattoos, I talked about Dave, Cholo Dave, but let's talk this other dude I used to
talk about Cholo Dave too?
Yeah, this dude Alex Ramirez owned this place called Pink Wall Gym. And he, like I said, this dude was an old hating ass clown, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just couldn't stand to see me being me. And I ain't had no money or nothing like that at the time. But I realized in hindsight, like, he probably just hate my blackness. He was a Hispanic guy from Gramercy Place. And
it happens out here. And let's talk about it though. Listen, because I got Mexican views, I got Hispanic watchers, and I tell you, y'all be hating on niggas out here and be wanting to be niggas and say nigga. I was like, I don't understand it.
Well, like there's a lot of Hispanic guys out here that really fuck with my campaign, and like we got some real player shit going on, like real money getting player ass Hispanic guys out here that we all got a lot of mutual respect. But
then you got the inverse obverse.
Yeah, and
with NK gangs and niggas.
People didn't really know what to make of me because, like I said, like I was broke, but my energy was never broke. I always had like this energy that, what I'm saying, like I knew I was somebody special. Mm-hmm. I just hadn't quite figured it out yet. And other people, well, throughout my lifetime, even from when I was a kid, like in high school, everybody else saw something in me before I saw it in myself. Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just kind of how it works out sometimes. Sometimes you look in the mirror and you don't see nothing that you like, but when everybody else look at you, they wish that they was you. They wish that they had what you got. Maybe they say to themselves, man, if I had what he had, I use it way better than him. I motherfucking, man, he don't even know what to do with it type shit. And you know what? Maybe part of the time I was right. I mean, they was right. But eventually I did figure out what to do with my life. And I just was getting older after being out of prison, and I'm out here in California, and I'm seeing what California got to offer. It's such a beautiful place, and it just, the energy just, it's like, man, you really got to be out here to understand it. Miami can't duplicate it. No, I don't know. You can't go to no other fucking city that's right off the coast that's gonna have this energy that make you feel like
you want to get it
in the blink of an eye. If you could just become something so special and so great overnight. And it happens to some people sometimes. Like, and I'm not talking about fame, but fortune, most certainly. And when you feel it and you know that it's like right there at your fingertips, that's a different type of motivator. So
that's a different type of power. That's why a lot of people come out here and they get lost sometimes because they don't understand that, man.
Yeah, you get lost in the sauce.
Yep.
And I can honestly admit that I almost got lost as well. But I knew where I wanted to go. I knew what I wanted out of life. And I started putting that shit to work. And you know, I felt like I had put in so much work when I was incarcerated. Hours and hours of just determination, just extreme focus. And I brought that same type of focus to the streets. I quit drinking. I was in the club drinking fucking cranberry juice or orange juice. We sitting in the section and everybody faded. And I'm just sitting in there looking around and I'm like, I got the ups on all you niggas, man. I'm smarter than you niggas. I'm more ready than you niggas. I can think clearly. And that kind of took form in every aspect of my life at that point. And my mentor at the time, he was in New Jersey, and he saw how focused I had gotten, and he saw it so much so that he was like, I'm gonna fly out to California and I'm gonna mentor you a little bit more closely, and we're gonna take this shit and we're gonna run up a check. And that was the type of focus that, you know, I think everybody needs to try to tap into.
It's dangerous, boy.
It is.
It's cold, man.
If you've never tapped into that type of focus, I think that you need to look deep down within yourself and you need to try to get there, because that's where your true potential is at. And a lot of times it doesn't really happen to us men until we like reach like a
certain
age.
Yeah. Or you lose some shit. I think it happens when you lose some shit and you have to either prove yourself or you have to go through unmeasurable odds to, you know, be broken and then to be found again. I feel like that's how it happened for me.
Well, I think being out in California and we from all the way in Atlanta like nigga, 3,500 miles away.
Yes.
I think it's really good for us because I don't have nobody that I can turn to. There's no cushion for me to land on. If I fall, I'm falling rock hard on my ass. And you know, if I want to survive, get myself back up, I can dust myself off, or I can, you know, make my way to Skid Row. You know, I have a choice. You know, and that's kind of where I was at a certain point. It was kind of a crossroad. I had to make a decision. Like, you can either throw your life away and stay here in California because it's sunny out this motherfucker, or you can use this as motivation and you can turn your life around. And I kind of blacked out and never looked back. And before I know it, I was working a minimum of 90 hours a week. I had my side hustle. We don't really got to get in too much with what that side hustle was. If you know me, you know what the fuck going on. It wasn't just tattooing. But regardless of what it was, regardless of what it was, I built it up brick by brick by my goddamn self. I mean, obviously, I would be lying if I said I did it by myself, but I mean, like, what I had in me, like, nobody could do that for me. I had to find that on my own. So yeah, part of it does make you feel like you did it on your own. But I think as men, we have an awakening.
Yeah, and not only that, because like I met you through Chaotic, and like the shop was so lively. Like the characters you had in there, the artists, the relationships you built. Shelly, somebody I throw out there is somebody that not only I met and I still like hit up Shelly. She handled some business for me.
Yeah.
Being all the way out with San Bernardino and always being tapped in with these different communities. I want to kind of go into like just how were you able to create that same Atlanta energy within Chaotic, being all the way out here in Melrose, and going to more of how that transpired.
Nobody really knew me before Chaotic. In Atlanta, people knew me. The people in LA that knew me, like, I've come across some great people, but nobody really, probably never really stuck with people like that. I'm a hard person to forget, mind you. But at the same time, with nothing to bring to the table, like, didn't really mean too much. Um, I had this idea in my mind that if I wanted to put myself on the map, or if I wanted to find myself on the map, or be anybody special, or be anything special, then I had to make myself special. So when the opportunity arose, when I had finally like put myself in a financial position to do something, what it ended up coming down to was the fact that I had the resources and I wanted to not start from the bottom and work my way up. We'd already done that. We were already up. So we would start from the top and work our way down. And I was in Miami at the time and I wasn't really happy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Miami cool and all that, but like, I need to go to LA. I need that Los Angeles energy. So I started working on opening up a tattoo parlor. And once again, I did not have a plan, but I did know what I wanted to do. And I knew that what I wanted to do, I couldn't even do in Atlanta. Ironically enough, I brought a real Southern country Atlanta vibe on Melrose Avenue. But what I wanted to do on Melrose Avenue, I probably couldn't have pulled off in Atlanta. And
Cause if you ever been to Chaotic Melrose, it was literally one of the dopest, grandest tattoo shops I've ever been in. And
that's a
mind
great
you,
compliment. Thank you for
I've
that.
been to places in Dallas. I've been to places in L.A., New York, Atlanta. I've been to tattoo parlors, and I'm not somebody that's a tattoo enthusiast or aficionado. I mean, I'm not inked up like a motherfucker, a New York subway, but I'm somebody that be around. And to have the vibe, the welcoming energy, Turk, it's like coming in, and I'm from the A. I
Yeah.
come straight in the shop, and he already made me feel like it's somebody that I met my whole life, and we always come respectful. Like, you mind y'all ask, hey, can I throw this away here? Like, I ask, can I throw it away into a certain trash can? Because I ain't want to piss nobody off. I'm already know how a tattoo artist is, but Turk is somebody that allowed not only newcomers to come in to have that energy. It was some days where it was some people we was just like very standoffish. That's just how it naturally is. Some people you not gonna like off the bat.
That's
But
just tattooing. But
yeah,
as
man.
far as like the vibe that I was able to create on Melrose Avenue, um, it was my opportunity to do something that made me feel like it was mine, and that's all I did. I just put out everything that was inside of me. I had a bunch of LA locals working in the tattoo shop, and I loved it like that. But if there's one thing about that tattoo shop, is there's a great presence, real country southern presence in the tattoo shop, and I mean it's owned by me. So what do you really think you're gonna get?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that hospitality is not something that you find in tattoo parlors. It's not something that energy, that welcoming energy in a tattoo parlor. You just ain't gonna get that. And I mean, I recently was reminded of the fact that you ain't gonna get that. I walked into a few tattoo shops on Melrose Avenue. One shop I love the aesthetic, but when I got in there, the vibe was like,
What the fuck are you doing here?
"You're not welcome here." And I was like, "Damn, bro, like this shit ain't chaotic tattoo. You need to understand that like this is still that LA culture that you first encountered when you first got here in 2015. Fast forward 2025, it's like, shit, man, 10 years later, like, you did your thing at Chaotic Tattoo and made it a space for everybody.
Everybody.
Well, yeah, you're just not gonna get that energy when you walk into just every tattoo shop. And I think that was one of the big things that set us apart. I made sure I brought that Southern hospitality. I wanted people to feel welcome. I wanted people to feel safe in my tattoo shop. And as long as I was there, it didn't matter who the fuck you was or what you into. You was pretty much safe.
I've been attested. No matter what gender, creed, color, I attested this. Turk is a well inclusive motherfucker. He just don't tolerate bullshit. You know what I mean? And
that's what I don't include on you. Yeah, I got a very low tolerance for bullshit. So you better believe that, like, you come in my shop, you want some weird shit, like you're gonna feel a different type of energy from me. And I mean, I can be a very, kind, welcoming person, but I could be something else too if it need be.
And and it's come to that, but going on sort of kind of like the contrary, and you don't have the shop, it's something that, well, it's not with us anymore. I'm just trying to say, I was trying to have a different weird of words.
So Chaotic Tattoo, the business of Chaotic Tattoo is still alive.
It's still here, but the shop on Melrose.
Yeah, I closed down the physical location. So for anybody who might have an idea in their mind that I might have failed or anything of that nature, I haven't taken any losses.
Mm-hmm.
I just decided that as far as economically, for the survival of Chaotic Tattoo, for the brand to survive, and for me and my beautiful lifestyle to continue how I like to live it, cut my overhead back a bit, take a step back and regroup. We can always come back to it. I'm in a great position as a businessman, so if I want to come back and still open up a tattoo parlor and call it Chaotic Tattoo, that's easier to do now than it was the first time around. The first time around, I used my own hard, cold cash. Yeah, I didn't ask for no loans, didn't ask for no help from nobody. The bank ain't do shit for me. I was the bank. I was the lender. I did all that on my own. But here we are, like I said, fast forward,
Now we got to get other people's money.
Well,
as Don Kennedy would say.
Type shit. I mean, listen, on paper, I'm looking real good as a business now because Chaotic Tattoo had been in business for about 4 years. So the way I look going into Chaotic Tattoo was like very risky. I'm the type of person that, like, I carry myself very well, and I know how to talk to people, and I blend in different rooms, you know what I'm saying? So they allowed me a seat at the table. I was able to convince them by showing things such as I didn't have any tax returns. Show bank statements and talk like I got some fucking sense. And people was willing to give me a shot. They was willing to give me a chance. And it was very unlikely or unheard of for a young black man who's never owned a business at all in his life to just pop up on Melrose and
Melrose
have
Avenue.
his first business ever on Melrose Avenue. That was kind of something that they were unsure if they would do well with me. And I mean, I think I'm a stellar tenant. I think I'm the best type of person you would have under your roof as a businessman. I have great relationships with commercial realtors now. The guys that own the property. I mean, if I ever need a referral or if I ever maybe want to go and talk to those guys again about getting the property, they probably hand it over to me with little or no effort.
I have to ask, was Melrose Avenue the prize location, or were you looking at any other spots? Like, were you looking at Lamert Park? Were you looking at Mid City? Were you looking at, Silver Lake, Echo Park? Because those are hot spots too.
That's the funny thing about it. Like, we talked about a lot of different areas. We had Plan A, B, and C, but Plan A was Melrose Avenue, and we had several different.
Why Melrose?
Well, all right, that's a good question. Once again, I was talking about, what I'm saying, when you want to do some shit like you ain't never done before, don't be scared to start at the top and work your way down. So that's kind of was
the idea that I had going into trying to find a location in California.
Because that's prime location. LA got a lot of prime locations, but
I had the
Melrose
motherfucking paper to do whatever the fuck I want. So it was like, shit, if we could pick anywhere in the world that we would want to go in California, where would it be? In Los Angeles, where would it be? What's the hottest motherfucking spot I could possibly open up a tattoo shop right now? And let's get that shit. Fuck how much it costs. Fuck all that. We just gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna drop our nuts and put that paper up. And yeah.
It happened. It was not only that. Now it still is, because
yeah, like as I said, like the business of Chaotic Tattoo is still alive and well. Actually, currently we are on tour with Villain Arts. We traveling around the U.S. We already did it for a year straight, and now we're on year 2.
It's a hard man to get, and it was hard to even schedule this interview because he's only in town. Like, how you only in town like what, one day a week now?
Just a few days out of the week, not to give too much of my motherfucking schedule away, but yeah, like if you inquiring and you want to get some work done, or you need to meet with me about some business, yeah, it's like
you got to catch him out of town
a lot.
I definitely I definitely is somebody that taking pointers from you, because you gave me my first shot and opportunity just behind the camera. And you know, coming out here, coming from the South, coming from places where black men are not only are frowned upon, even when we walk into certain spaces, but we're not looked at as like we're intelligent, as we have the certain resources to do the things that we have. And not only are you somebody that proven yourself, but you put on for black people, man, and formerly incarcerated. Also somebody that is a skateboarder, you know, multifaceted, and you
That's
somebody that present as not only a highly capable and intelligent man, but a leader, you know, in our community. And I really want to thank you for that, Turk, because not only the shit that you've been in through the past, but it's the stuff that you continue to help us kind of push through, and just the image. And
I started out selling crack in a trap house on Bankhead, okay? And yeah, eventually we were selling heroin in a trap right up by Westlake and Bankhead, okay?
Well,
and those things, you say to yourself like, well, that's fucked up. Like, you was doing some fucked up shit in the streets, like, and I think that
some people call it cool. Some people call it
some people glorify that type of shit, but this was actually my life, and this wasn't nothing to glorify, because this is all it was.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand there's a difference from a motherfucker that, you know what I'm saying, got a family that love them and take good care of them and create great opportunities for them, so they ain't never got to do shit like this. But how I came up, this is just all I ever know. And my cousins and my uncle and them, everybody, this is what it was. So this is the route that I was automatically, you know what I'm saying? Some things in life aren't really chosen. I could have taken another path, but this was the path that was right in front of me. So coming from that and finding a way to remove myself from that and turn it into something positive is a long journey. And sometimes I really got to take some time to stop and reflect on how far I'd come, because you can get in motion and the wheels can start turning and you make a lot of progress. Sometimes you got to stop and you got to look how far you come, because, you know, it's no small feat to be that young kid that was swinging a door, making plays, answering it. Every time I answer the door, I got to answer the door with a gun in my hand. Don't even know what it's like to answer the door and just be relaxed about it. I used to sit in the window looking out the blinds like this all day long, scared, trying to find out was 12 in to kick the door in. And, you know, you turn that around and you find yourself with LLCs, EIN numbers, tax returns from a business credit cards, commercial vehicles,
wealth,
Hey man, it's a far cry from swinging a dough in a trap house over in Westlake.
I know that's right.
You
Keith,
understand what I'm talking
I know
about?
that's right. You feel me?
So,
Shit.
I would say like it's big to reflect because now, I live on the beach. Um, I drive nice cars. Um, I'm living the life that I always, what I'm saying, dreamed of. But at the same time, I even felt that it was unattainable. I felt like I was such a fuck up and such a fucking flunky that the things that I wanted out of life were not even within my own reach. I I I had to really rewire my whole thought process to even be able to see my true potential, to see who the fuck I really am. Um, because other people gonna see it, but they not gonna tell you. People gonna keep their foot on your motherfucking neck, and they want to keep you right where the fuck you at in this comfortable space where you don't surpass them.
Mm-hmm.
They're the boss, not you. They call the shots, not you. And when you finally become your own boss, some of those people have a hard time accepting the fact that you bossed up.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those people want to keep you where you at. And that's a big part of why I had to leave Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
You get too big for your britches.
it's kept too big for my own community. One of the last things that happened before I left Atlanta was I pulled a gun out on a man. And as much as his life seemed like it would have flashed before his eyes, my life flashing before my motherfucking eyes. And it's probably good for me. And, you know, I decided to take another route. And a lot of motherfuckers might say, you ran away.
No, nigga.
Let's be
I
honest,
got
man.
away.
Like, you can plateau. You can grow to a point and then you can realize like you've reached a point and you were going up and next thing you know, you just like this. And that's when you have plateaued. You reached a point in life where something drastically got to change for you to reach the next level. So I decided to take everything that I had built for myself. Because as I would look around the hood, I would look around and I'd be like, damn, like, you built so much for yourself, man. But here you are still standing on the same block, still in the same hood. Like, you know how much money you done put aside in the safe. You know what business moves you made and shit. But yet you still standing on the block with these niggas and you wonder why you got a gun pointed in this nigga face. Like, why the fuck is you even out here for real? Why are you still out here, bro? You have long since outgrown this shit. And you about to throw your life away right now because of some old nothing ass project shit that you still haven't seemed to escape. And I have way too much to lose. So yeah, man, I left and came to California and I opened up a legitimate business. And you would think, oh damn, like he went legit.
Quick mailroom bites, on the mailroom, the mailbox podcast. Sorry, but in the motherfucking mailroom, you know, we gonna keep that. We gonna keep rolling. We gonna keep all that.
You know
But
what I mean?
yes, in the mailroom, we love to go over quick bites and just quick little tidbits in the news. And we from Atlanta, so we just gonna talk about all this Atlanta Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty shit, man. What do you think about it?
Uh,
You
all
think
right,
you,
so
think,
I
you
think
think Gucci a snitch?
I think that I'm a good person to really like chime in on it. I mean, only due to the fact
Please.
that, like I said, man, I came from a full life of crime, fully immersed in the streets, and then I had to find myself transition out of it. And here we are still to this day. You got motherfuckers trying me, and I'm choosing not to
Not the jump.
handle it the way that I've chosen to maybe handle some things in my past. And yeah, like you boss up and you know, I got my son and we in the tattoo shop and the police they around and I had to tell my son, hey, look, before you look at the police crazy, say something crazy to the police, remember, I'm a civilian now. And we're not breaking the law. We're not committing all these crimes in these folks' face like we used to. Now we got this shit polished. We look a certain way. So the police actually at this point have become our allies. Um, how strange is that for me to process or to adjust the way I live and the way that I think to even be able to move like that now? It was a difficult transition for myself, and I constantly still had to remind my son this type of shit. You know, he only 24 years old, and he did come up in the streets too. So, yeah, like just knowing that you evolve, it's hard for me to be mad at Gucci because there was too much business involved in what went down.
Yeah.
You know, a motherfucker. After my first year owning Chaotic Tattoo, broke in the shop, robbed the shop, cleared the shop out before I could get into work. It was already done. And you gonna say, "Well, Turk, you a street nigga. How you gonna handle that?" And I'm like,
I'm a business
man,
owner.
I got a fucking insurance policy. I'm about to make a police report, and I'm getting ready to have the motherfuckers come down here so that way I can get my money back for everything this clown has stole from me. Now, do I have to make a police report and say that this clown stole this shit from me? Yeah, because I'm a legitimate businessman. Now, mind you, if me and this motherfucker was in the streets and we just hit a lick together, I wouldn't give a fuck if I owned the business or not. If I got caught up and I'm in the handcuffs and that nigga ran away, then I'm finna eat that. You understand what I'm saying? I understand the difference. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers keep talking about what snitching is and what snitching ain't.
Ain't never been in a predicament where
like,
snitching
man,
is involved. Bro.
Like, you gotta
It
understand
be two rat ass niggas telling on each other, and y'all niggas ain't snitching. Both of y'all niggas is rats. Y'all just pointed the finger at each other. That's all that happened.
Like a Spider-Man meme. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody just pointing the fucking finger. Like,
that's
well,
both,
you know what?
Happened.
Let's go on ahead and set this shit aside, man. That man is a corporate executive.
Yes, Roger Davis. He not even Gucci no more. I'm gonna start calling nigga Roger.
This nigga's a fucking entertainer, y'all. You know what I mean? And that be the thing I be talking about a lot of rappers. I don't give a fuck how gangster your rap is, man. And I don't give a fuck what dumb, fake gangster shit you did in the street that got your ass locked up. That don't mean shit to me. You want me to respect that? Man, I respect the motherfucker that did the shit and didn't go to prison, didn't get caught. None of that, man.
I respect the nigga that did it and didn't say he did it.
I'm trying to tell you, man. God damn, never let the right hand know what the left hand thinking.
There's some street niggas in this world that we don't even know. You be, what?
Yeah,
crazy.
So you know, here we are trying to decide if this nigga a snitch or not, and everything that he been saying in his music, everything that he been professing what he on and what he ain't on. Well, I mean, I hope you've been thoroughly entertained, because that nigga ain't nothing but an entertainer. And if you is expecting anything else out of that man, then it's like you're not really understanding like real reality, man. The man signed a contract with a gun pointed at him. That contract holds no real weight in a court of law because you were forced into that contract.
You were forced in, yeah.
So I mean, if we start getting into all the semantics of the shit that went down,
let me bring this up.
All right.
Do you think it's karma? Cause that was my biggest. When I saw the shit, and I listened to all the old Gucci tapes, and it's like, how the hell you gonna rob how the robber gonna get robbed?
Yeah.
And all and that shit, and then you go back to the Gucci Man the verses, put that nigga in the dirt. You know, it's even then, like, you justify for killing somebody that tried to kill you. Do you think?
I don't know if I would use the word karma. I guess you could say it's karmic energy, but you know, I don't necessarily believe in karma, but I do believe that, like, you know what I'm saying, energy is real, and what you put out, you gonna sure enough get back. Whatever you profess, whatever you saying that you are, or whatever you saying that you're not, whatever saying that you have, whatever saying that you have not, all these things gonna most definitely like
catch up to you,
have a real like tangible result in the universe. It's gonna come back to you in a way that you can feel it. And a lot of the things that nigga talk about in their music, I love it. I'm a real street nigga, man. I eat that shit up all day long. We listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a life I can really relate to and live. But nah, like, I I just don't think that you can get away with just coming like that without
Without any repercussions.
Without any repercussions. Even just putting that energy out there. You may not live that life. You may you may be like Jesus. You may tell a nigga to go trap or die, but your children is in private school. You know what I mean? Like that's a real perfect example. Like these motherfuckers is not really living the life that they claim they live.
To live.
And you just gotta just accept the fact that you've been thoroughly entertained. And if you feel like you've been duped, if you feel like you've been tricked, you feel like you've been bamboozled, you really believed everything that these niggas was saying all this time.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you straight up, like when you got a certain amount of money and you willing to throw it all away, then yeah, you really is a fucking crash test dummy, shouted like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like I'm classifying you as a fucking crash test dummy too. Straight like that. Like now, I mean, like
Because there's going to be a point in Pooh Shicey's life where you don't want to be a street nigga. Every street nigga has that revelation. I never met, unless it's them one or two that's just ultimate crash test dummies for life. Like, nigga, you a retired senior crash test dummy. There's a couple of them on the internet. You know what I mean? We seen them niggas. We ain't got to point it out, but
I got OGs I'm still rocking with that's still in the streets. Still really heavy in the motherfucking streets.
But are they Pooh Shiesty level famous?
We ain't talking about famous at all. We just talking about
Talking about
motherfuckers
regular
that's
niggas.
choosing to live a life well into their 50s and still knee deep in this shit. And these people want out. These people want out.
They want the life he living.
No, they want out the game.
No.
The life, fortune and fame and all that shit is not really it. Like you gotta find happiness and peace.
But
I've had money for a while.
only reason I say that is because you have that money. Pooh Shiesty had the type if he got out he didn't have to drop another record. He would still be famous. He didn't have to drop another record. So he could have invested his money smart, no matter if he didn't have the backing or the mind to do it. And not saying that your people can't live that life, but just to have that access to that capital is
being a solid type guy I am, man. I don't really give a fuck what kind of debt I have. I don't care how long it take myself to pay it, but I don't carry no debt nowhere with anyone, and that's something that I stand by and live by. And Pooh Shiesty still had a debt to Gucci Mane, whether he liked the way it looked or not. And on paper, it is what it is. Gucci Mane might have been collecting a whole lot of paper while that man was incarcerated, and that money might have had Pooh Shiesty's name on it. I'm not really sure how Gucci chose to handle that. I don't know those type of details, just like none of you motherfuckers know those types of details. Those would be the types of details that would kind of make me start to look at the situation different. If I knew the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, I'd be like, nigga, you ran the wire. Hold on, nigga, how much you know versus how much you telling us.
But because I don't know what Gucci Mane actually did with the money.
Yeah.
I don't know how he chose to spend it or what his intentions were with any of it.
I just, because we talk about this is because 1017 has this long history. I know you've seen the videos and like most of his artists and like a long list, a plethora of artists that either become disgruntled, some they end up missing. I'm not saying Gucci, I love Gucci. Like Gucci is an Atlanta legend, but it's like this weird thing where he just has his track record. Like every artist he signed, no matter who the fuck they is, they literally come into some kind of either bad luck or something transpired where it just don't end out.
I'ma just say this: I might be a nobody to a lot of folks. I understand that I'm a businessman or whatever, but one thing I respect is a hustler, man. Mm-hmm. And if you were signed to Gucci Mane label and you ain't pop, then hey, man, like
it was on you.
Take some initiative, and if you remove yourself from Gucci Mane label and you still don't motherfucking pop, like with or without him, you know what I'm saying? It's on you to figure out your motherfucking life. And if you a man and you in this shit and you blaming another man for the outcome of what happened to you in your life, then you got some serious reevaluating to do, because it'll be hard for me to even look at you like a man.
Oh, man.
If you an entertainer and you blaming somebody else or saying somebody didn't give you something that they owe you, man, like, you sound like a bitch, man. Cause you ain't gonna hear me saying nothing like that, man. Can't nobody say no shit like that to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really give a fuck who you are. You know, you could be mad at goddamn. You could be mad at Post Malone, goddamn it.
Mm-hmm.
You may say that motherfucker Post Malone owe you something, but really, you a bitch, man. You didn't handle your own business, man. You over here talking about somebody else that's up. Hey, man.
You know who you talking about.
It don't matter who I'm talking about, man.
But well, shit, man. With all that being said, I thank you for coming on, man. This shit was a therapy session, man. I like I say, from the bottom of my heart, man, this was an opening experience, man. We even went a little over, and I'm glad I got you to sit down and share some of your thoughts, man.
I appreciate you having me. Mm-hmm. Straight up.
And with all that being said, we out. All right, Turk. We gonna just keep rolling. I'm gonna do one more intro and then we do it.
Okay.
All right. So as y'all, damn, I fucked up on it. Reset. And so as y'all know, we got the MAELBOX podcast. This is episode number 5. And yes, I have one of my closest, nearest and dearest friends on this episode of the MAELBOX podcast. This is somebody that has not only helped transform the LA tattoo scene, but he's somebody that's been through unmeasurable odds as well, transforming his life. And not only that, but building himself to become one of the most well-recognized tattoo artists, not only in LA, but around the USA and in this country alone. So with all that being said, I want to give a big hand and shout out to our 5th guest on the MAELBOX podcast. Yes, that is OG Turk Jones. Y'all give it up for him. Always.
What's going on?
Yes, man. Yeah, well, let's get into it.
Yeah, man.
And cut. Oh, boy. I ain't gonna cap, sir.